What's up guys? So today I am back with a video for you guys. Today I'm bringing a vegan meal prep, which is supposed to be high in protein and lower in carb than usual. So as you can see, the first recipe I'm going to show you guys is this scrambled tofu recipe. What you want to do is go ahead and cut up a colorful blend of peppers, and once you do that, you're going to go ahead and chop up one onion. And when you chop it up, just make sure that it's the same size as the peppers, so that way they cook evenly. Once I do that, then I'm gonna saute the onions with a little bit of oil spray. I'm doing that to kind of lower the fat that I'm using. So once I do that, I also will chop up zucchini and add that in there. You can use whatever vegetable you have at home. I mean, the more vegetables you use, the better. You know, it makes the entire meal higher in fiber and higher in nutrients, so you can use a blend of different types of vegetables, whatever you have at home. Now you want to make sure that you caramelize the onions, as you can see like I have it here, and then you're going to go ahead and add your peppers towards the end. Then I'm going to add a blend of spices. As you can see here, I'm using cumin and cardamom, and I also like to add salt and turmeric. The turmeric is very essential because, for one, it's extremely healthy. It's one of the best items out there, and when you use it in your food, it's much cheaper to buy it as a powder from Indian stores than it is to buy it as a supplement. So you can use it in your ingredients. This right here is a nutritional yeast. Some of you, if you're a vegan, you may know about it. It's extremely high in protein. It's got about 8 grams of protein per serving and only 2 net gram of carbs. So it's really a great ingredient that can kind of like give you a cheesy flavor to the dish, and it's also kind of like a way to increase the protein amount without increasing the fat or the carbs, because it's only got 2 grams of net carbs. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add in oregano, if I'm not wrong. That's what I just added, and just season it, and as you can see, it looks so yummy and delicious. And once you do that, you want to go ahead and add in your tofu. What I like to do is kind of just, you know, crumble it up. I buy the super firm tofu, so it's kind of like that's more ideal for actually cooking it and keep it its shape. But for me, I just like to crumble it and make it like look like a scrambled eggs, you know. I don't really like tofu like that, but I mean, in this recipe I am doing a vegan meal prep. It's one of the high protein ingredients, vegan ingredients that you can find out there. So that's the reason why I like to cook it and make it taste really great and make it look and taste almost like a scrambled eggs than tofu. And as you can see, it's yummy and delicious. And once it's done, then you can go ahead and serve it up. I like to divide it into containers, but for now I'm just going to show you how it looks. So this is how it's looking. That's the finished product. Like I said, it looks like pretty much like a scrambled egg. The next recipe I'm going to show you guys is going to be a nice little bean burger. So what you want to do is microwave your beans for about 1 minute, and then you're going to go ahead and mash them up. And once you mash them up, you're going to add your seasonings. I like to use garlic, cumin, cardamom, a whole blend of different types of seasonings. Whatever floats your boat is fine. Then you're going to make your flaxseed egg or chia egg. Basically what this is kind of a binding ingredient, so you're going to use this instead of eggs, because you can't actually use an egg in a vegan recipe. It helps the burger kind of like hold together. Then I went ahead and baked it, and this is how it turned out. And I put some mayo on my bun along with lettuce and tomato and all of that, and once you layer that, then you can have it. Then here I'm making some carrot fries, and they turned out great, but this is just me putting them in the oven right before I start cooking my next recipe. For the next recipe, you're gonna go ahead and chop up some carrots and onions along with zucchini. You're gonna toss it in with some olive oil, and this is gonna be a different recipe. As you can see, I'm using the leftovers from earlier, like I'm using whatever I had portioned and whatever I had in the house. So once I do that, I season it with cumin, cardamom, and then kind of just saute it for a little bit. It looks really great, and it's going to be a different flavor than the turmeric sauce. We're gonna make a tomato-based sauce, so we're gonna add some crushed tomatoes. You can use fresh tomatoes, but the crushed tomatoes is much easier and cheaper. It's only like 50 cents. Then you want to go ahead and add paprika and chili, and you want to go ahead and kind of have it simmer. And I'm using Morningstar chicken. Well, not really chicken, it's a vegan chicken substitute. It actually turned out really great. I wasn't sure about how it's gonna taste, but it was my first time trying it. But I only bought it for like $5. I thought that was pretty good for the amount of protein that it had. So I went ahead and added that to my sauce, and I'm just kind of simmering it and blending it in and having it mixed together. Once I do that, then it's kind of almost like a pasta sauce, a tomato-based pasta sauce. It's really yummy, and I love the acidity from the tomatoes. The next thing, I'm going to go ahead and steam some green beans as a side. I'll show you guys how I'm going to use it later, but I'm also adding some nutritional yeast to this. The yeast, like I told you guys, it really helps a lot with adding more protein. The next thing I'm going to show you guys is the burrito. So to make the burrito, we're going to go ahead and add some beans to the same pot that I was using earlier. I kind of like the using the sauces together, and I'm adding some corn, typical recipe for just your typical burrito. You can add whatever you want to it, whatever you have in the house. I went ahead and layered it with hummus, and then I put my lettuce, then my corn and bean mixture, along with some black olives. That's just one option. I went ahead and added some more seasoning and some more nutritional yeast for added protein, and then rolled it before I went ahead and pressed it. Now, if you are not necessarily a vegan, kind of like me, you know, I'm not necessarily a vegan, but I love vegan recipes. So if that's the case, then you can add feta cheese. That's what I did in this burrito. I added some feta cheese. Feta goes really well with the olive. It's kind of like a nice Mediterranean flavor. I'm going to show you guys the recipe to make this lettuce mixture. I'm going to show you guys later. But anyway, so I'm just showing you different variations of the burrito. Once I wrap it, then I'm going to go ahead and press it. Now this here is a lentil pizza. It's absolutely delicious. It's a vegan recipe. You can also make it if you're not a vegan. Lentils are one of the healthiest ingredients out there that are really dense in a lot of nutrients. So I like to season it with oregano, salt, paprika, cumin, just your basics pretty much. You can season it however you wanna. Then once you do that, you're gonna go ahead and bake it in the oven for a little bit. I baked it a little too long, so as you can see, it's kind of already kind of made up. But anyway, I went ahead and added my tomato sauce. Then we're gonna go ahead and add in the cheese. Use vegan cheese. I didn't use vegan cheese in here because, well, I didn't have any. But anyway, so you can use any vegan type of cheese. Then add your vegetables, and once you do that, then you're gonna bake it for about 20 minutes. I didn't really broil it this time, but I went ahead and made another batch. This is not the vegan version. As you can see, I'm using mozzarella cheese. But if you are vegan, make sure that you use vegan cheese. You can also use other ingredients, you know, if you want. This is what I had. I had some cucumbers and peppers, so this is how it turned out. And this is extremely kind of like a really great substitute for regular dough. Now onto the lettuce mixture that I used in the burrito. So let me go ahead and show you guys how to make that. The base is kind of the same, that's why I didn't want to repeat the process. As you can see, I just went ahead and added the tofu along with turmeric and the peppers, kind of the similar type of sauce that I did initially. Then I'm going to go ahead and add in my lettuce. So, cabbage. So when you add your cabbage, make sure that you add it little by little, and the size reduces immensely as it cooks. So once you do that, you want to go ahead and add in your turmeric and then the nutritional yeast. This is very, very essential. So like the yeast, not only does it make the recipe taste cheesy, it also adds a lot of protein. So it's lower in carb. Since you're just using cabbage, it makes it lower in carbs, but it's still really nutritious. So the next thing you want to do is just add in your seasoning, salt, whatever, you know, whatever floats your boat, a whole bunch of seasoning. I love seasonings. Once you do that, then you're gonna go ahead and scoop it up into your burritos. You can also just use it as a side. I went ahead and assembled my meals. As you can see, I have my corned bean mixture in my burritos. I have my lentil pizza. I also have my steamed green beans, which are pretty high in protein. They have about 6 grams per serving. Then you're gonna go ahead and box them up. I'm gonna show you guys some smoothie recipes. So for the smoothies, we're gonna make sure that they're high in protein. That's the main goal of this whole thing. And so typically I use either this one, which is it's from Walmart, that's all I know. But it's got like 10 grams of protein per serving. It's really tasty, and it's also got some antioxidants in it. And I also like this protein powder. It's a plant-based protein powder. And this one is also from Walmart, cheap. But anyway, so this one also is actually like 20 grams per serving. So what we'll do is we're gonna take a banana and we'll go ahead and put that in there. So okay, so here we go. Yeah, so the banana, well, okay, so break it, I guess, you know, like that. Be in there. And then you can add anything you want in it. Like you can do strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, whatever. You can do kiwis, pears, whatever you want. One thing for sure though, you want to use avocados, and the reason for that is because it gives it a nice little creamy texture, and that's something that you want in a smoothie, so you want to make sure that you have that. So okay, we're gonna go ahead and just add a little bit of that. You're gonna add either blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, whatever you want, whatever you have at home. To me, I'm just gonna use some raspberries today, just a few of them. They're really great. They have a lot of antioxidants. So we're gonna put that in there. Then we're gonna use some blackberries. Once you do that, you're gonna go ahead and add in your protein powder. This is one of the best tasting vegan protein powders that I came across, and it's only like $6. It's got about 20 servings, so I like it a lot. So you're gonna go ahead and put that in there like that. Put 2 tablespoons. And once we put that in there, I'm gonna go ahead and close this and blend away. Oh, hold on, we have to add a little bit of milk. I forgot about that. So what you wanna do, another thing you wanna make sure that you have is some milk. So whether it's like whatever milk, it doesn't matter what kind of milk it is, but as long as it is vegan, you can use it. You can either get the almond milk. For me, the one I like is the protein nut milk, which is this one. If you want to add more protein to your serving, then you can do the protein nut milk, which is this one with 10 grams of protein per serving. So we're gonna add that. This will also add it to the texture. It's gonna make it really nice and smooth and creamy. And once we do that, we're gonna go ahead and just blend away and have fun, right? So it's nice in the morning or before a workout, and now we're just gonna decorate. For decoration, I do like using this. Pumpkin seeds and walnuts, cashews, almonds, you can use anything. But if you are on a vegan diet, it's important to use seeds and nuts that are high in protein. Pumpkin seeds have about 10 grams of protein per serving. That's pretty awesome, you know, they're really, really healthy for you, really great. And so at the same time, they're really high in protein. So that's what I'm gonna use. I'm gonna go ahead and just, you know, I'm gonna use a banana.
A whole banana?
No, absolutely not. I'm just gonna use like, gonna cut like a little bit like this. Okay, maybe I should eat that one. Like little slices. This is just for decoration purposes, you know? Hello. So tell us about this watermelon, this famous.
Okay, it's gone to a few college parties with
What's his name?
It was, what was it? Bernard. It was Bernard, so R.I.P. Bernard.
Oh no.
I guess, yeah, it's just, yeah, so I guess you can cut it up into like a quarter.
Be careful, I don't want you to cut yourself, please. Careful.
I mean, my blood would blend in with the red.
Ew!
Yeah, we don't even have to cut it up. We can just like spoon it out.
Scoop it? Okay, alright. So there's some spoons in there?
Yeah, so Well, if you cut it like that, it's just easier to like go with a knife and just.
Wow, well that's pretty interesting.
Ideally, you want to make it into the blender stuff.
What the hell?
Yeah. So.
I think that's enough watermelon. What do you think? Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's add. What else should we add with it?
Is that enough watermelon? Do I just keep going?
No. I think that's enough. Don't eat it, you asshole. Without me. Okay. Anyway. So give us the instructions.
So you get the cap on there tight so it doesn't go, spilling. And then when you're ready, we'll just like put this on here and then.
So you can use this like a little bit of slices with do you need a cutting board? Maybe? Do you need, oh my god, see this is why I said you need a cutting board.
No, I don't need a cutting board.
Okay.
Oh.
You need a cutting board, I think.
Oh.
You don't fucking listen.
Wait, I think I just gotta do it more gentle.
Okay. Yes, exactly. Alright, so you wanna tell them what you're doing?
I'm decorating. Put it in this.
Make sure that it looks like really beautiful and symmetric.
Oh dang. We're not gonna get that here. Sorry, I'm not the artistic one. I'm gonna put some goji berry and what were these seeds? Sunflower?
Pumpkin seeds.
Pumpkin seeds.
For more protein.
Yes.
They're pretty high in protein actually, guys. They have like 10 grams of protein per serving. They're awesome. I really like them. They could make anything high protein pretty much, and they're really healthy for you. So if you add those, and then we're gonna go ahead and we can have some raspberries. What you think? So we decorate it.
Yeah.
And then you can also just like add whatever you want. To be honest, you don't have to be limited. You can try different ones. You can do a banana kale smoothie Monday, and then a banana kiwi. You can do avocado, watermelon, whatever you want. Whatever you have in the house. I like smoothies in the morning. They give you a nice like little drive of energy. Alright, so tell us what you're doing now. I don't know what you're doing, but I guess you're being artistic.
Yeah, so we're not putting whole, like we're kind of breaking it apart.
Ah. Oh, look at you now. Alright, so then blackberry, yeah? Should we add some blackberry?
Yes, we should.
Is it fun? So
I love blackberries. When I was a kid, there was like a blackberry tree on the corner of our street.
Yeah?
And as a kid, every time we'd go to the park, I just my fingers would
I've
be all
actually never
purple.
seen blackberry tree.
They drape, the leaves are really pretty.
Ah.
And then we got a little leaf,
The fuck?
top it all off. I don't think
it's a little extra, but okay.
Yeah, I think this leaf
Alright.
is a raspberry leaf. Is it edible?
I don't know. Well, you just ate it. What the fuck? Alright guys, so this is how it's looking. It's really beautiful actually. That is it for this video, guys. So these are the carrots from earlier. I took them out of the oven. I also made some beet fries and they went really great with the bean burger. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you try some of these recipes. If you want to see more healthy and nutritious videos like this, subscribe and stay tuned. I'll be posting twice a week starting this week.